The U.S. debt will top $13.6 trillion this year and climb to an estimated $19.6 trillion by 2015, according to a Treasury Department report to Congress. The report that was sent to lawmakers Friday night with no fanfare said the ratio of debt to the gross domestic product would rise to 102% by 2015 from 93% this year. So in other words, ladies and gentlemen, we will have more debt. And by the way, this doesn't include all the public debt that I was talking about earlier, just the budgeted debt. It doesn't include the entitlement programs. So from our operating federal budget, we will have more public debt than we have economic activity in the United States of America. The president's economic experts say a 1% increase in GDP can create almost 1 million jobs, and that 1% is what experts think we are losing because of the debt's massive drag on our economy, said David Camp. The U.S. debt has grown rapidly with the economic downturn in government spending for the Wall Street bailout, the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, Now, it's redistribution of wealth. That's the main reason the government debt has grown. Our defense budget is a smaller percentage of the budget than it was under JFK and Eisenhower and FDR. Now, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, is tyranny. Tyranny is killing us. That's what's going on. And we're supposed to hate capitalism. We're supposed to hate the free market. We need more government. We need more taxes. So what do we get when that happens? Coercion and repression. So they want to take off 401ks and 403ks. They want a VAT tax. They want to take away the interest deduction. Oh, won't that be great for the housing market? They want, they take, they grab, they steal. Because there's no end to it. And then one day they bully. They tell you, you must buy health care, you must buy a certain kind of health care, and you must pay a certain amount, and you must purchase it from that guy over there. Because we're supposed to hate the free market and hate capitalism and hate private property. There's no limit. There's no limit to what they want. Once the Constitution has been trashed and capitalism has been denuded. Now, on the free market, in Liberty and Tyranny, I make the point. The free market is the most transformative of economic systems. It fosters creativity and inventiveness. It produces new industries, products, and services as it improves upon existing ones. With millions of individuals freely engaged in an infinite number and variety of transactions every day, it is impossible to even conceive all the changes and plans for changes in the economy at any given time. The free market creates more wealth and opportunities for more people than any other economic system. That's the point. But the conservative also believes that the individual is more than a producer and consumer of material goods. He exists within the larger context of the civil society, which provides for an ordered liberty. The conservative sees in the free market the harmony of interests and rules of cooperation that also underlie the civil society. For example, the free market promotes self-worth, self-sufficiency, shared values, and honest dealings, which enhance the individual, the family, and the community. It's not perfect, but it's the most perfect of systems. It discriminates against no race, religion, or gender. What do I mean by that? You know, Mark, remember those counters in the South where blacks were prohibited? That's not what I'm talking about. The truck driver does not know the skin color of the individuals who produce the diesel fuel for his vehicle. The cook does not know the religion of the dairy farmers who supply milk to his restaurant. And the airline passenger does not know the gender of the factory workers who manufacture the commercial aircraft that transports him, nor do they care. The free market is an intricate system of voluntary economic, societal, and cultural interactions that are motivated by the desires and needs of the individual and the community. So the conservative believes that while the symmetry between the free market and the civil society is imperfect, that is, not all developments resulting from individual interactions contribute to the overall well-being of the society, one simply cannot exist without the other. So we reject socialism and Marxism and all the rest of it, as we must if we believe in individual liberty. The key to understanding the free market is private property. private property is the material manifestation of your labor. That is the material value created from the intellectual and or physical labor of the individual, which can take the form of income or real property or intellectual property. Just as life is finite, so too is the extent of one's labor. That is your working career. Therefore, taxation of private property or the regulation of such property so as to reduce its value can become in effect a form of servitude, particularly if the dispossession results from illegitimate and arbitrary state action. Hence, stealing the 401k, the 403k, the VAT tax, and these growing property taxes, and on, to fund illegitimate government activity like redistributing wealth, the centralization of government, the massive expansion of the bureaucracy. That is enslavement. So we, the conservative, we believe that the federal government should raise revenue only to fund those activities that the Constitution authorizes and no others. Otherwise, what are the limits on the statist power to tax and regulate the individual's labor and ultimately enslave it? The Marxist class struggle formulation, which pits the proletariat, that is the working class, against the bourgeois, that is the wealthy merchant class, as he called it, still serves as the principal theoretical and rhetorical justification for the statist assault on the free market. This is what I mean by Marxism. But Marxism is an anathema to the free market, in that the individual has unto himself the power to make himself what he chooses. There is no static class-structured layer to top the free market. The free market is a mutable, dynamic, vibrant system of individual interactions that engages all aspects of the human character. And for this reason, the conservative believes the free market is a vital bulwark against statism. And it would appear the statist agrees, for he is relentless in his assault on it. Indeed, the statist's rejection of the Constitution's limit on federal power is justified primarily, albeit not exclusively, on material grounds. That's what government-run health care is all about. The people didn't want government-run health care. The will of the people was completely rejected. But the statist wants government-run health care. In the name of economic justice, I wrote in Liberty and Tyranny, and equality, the statist creates the perception of class struggle through a variety of inventions, including the progressive income tax. In the Communist Manifesto, Karl Marx wrote, quote, "In the most advanced countries, the following will be pretty generally applicable: a heavy progressive or graduated income tax," unquote. And when I looked at the headlines this morning in preparation for this, I said, here it is. It's right in front of us. It's right in front of our eyes. It's not this one story or this one story. It's not this one. It's all of them. It's all of them. It's all around us. It's right in front of our eyes. And so we must defend liberty against tyranny. We must defend our civil society. We must speak out. We must discuss the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. We must discuss federalism. We must defend capitalism and reject Marxism and socialism. We need to talk about the massive welfare state that is destroying the foundation of this society as they continue to spend recklessly on Capitol Hill and bankrupt this country. We must point out day in and day out that the enviro-statists, it's not a green movement, it's a red movement. And I've been saying that for years, and it's true. DDT, the lack of DDT in Africa and Southeast Asia has resulted in the death of millions, including millions of babies. You think the environmentalists care about the environment? No. They are responsible for genocide. And now they push this global warming, which is a Soviet-style industrial plan. Immigration. Not orderly, lawful immigration. Anarchy on our borders, intended to destroy the sovereignty of this country. Yes, we will stand up. We will be heard.